Metabolisms come in two primary flavors, heterotrophy and autotrophy. Heterotrophs consume other organisms or organic detritus to get energy and carbon. Heterotrophs can be anaerobic, operating without free oxygen, like fermentation by yeast, or they can be aerobic, namely using oxygen, like us. Autotrophs, on the other hand, make their own energy using heat or light as the power source to fire up chemical reactions. For example, lithotrophs exploit energy of redox reactions to obtain energy to reduce carbon. Nearly all are anaerobic and use heat to drive autotrophy. There is an amazing and probably underexplored diversity of these metabolisms. A look through the literature shows at least 50 different metabolic systems, of which the majority are lithotrophic and yield little energy to the organisms that use them. Some of these are thermophilic or heat-loving, for example, lithotrophs that combine hydrogen and sulfur to make hydrogen sulfide. Still another group of autotrophs are photoautotrophs. These use light as the energy source. In turn, the light works with various types of pigments to absorb light energy and reduce oxidized compounds. We know these reactions collectively as photosynthesis. The reduced materials made with photosynthesis are then combined with oxidizers to make chemical energy. There are both aerobic and anaerobic photosynthesizers. Among bacteria, for example, there are two major photoautotrophic systems. The first is oxygenic photosynthesis. This is run by cyanobacteria and the chloroplasts of green plants. Oxygenic photosynthesis is the only known system capable of producing abundant free oxygen. Water is split by photosynthesis to yield electrons, which in turn are reacted with carbon dioxide to make sugar. The second variety is bacterial photosynthesis using bacteria chlorophyll. This system is called anoxygenic photosynthesis. It absorbs longer wavelengths of light than the varieties of chlorophyll used in oxygenic photosynthesis. The use of long wavelengths of light means that anoxygenic photosynthesis produces less energy than the oxygenic photosystem. Sulfur bacteria, like the green and purple sulfur bacteria, run this photosystem in the absence of free oxygen and react hydrogen sulfide with carbon dioxide to make sugar. We'll hear a lot more about sulfur bacteria in this class because they occur in modern anoxic water bodies. Their biomarkers are useful indicators of near-surface anoxia in the ocean. Archaea are the third major domain of life besides eukaryotes, like us, and bacteria. Archaea mostly use hydrogen as the electron donor. A lot of archaea are thermophiles that live in hot environments. Some use carbon dioxide as the electron acceptor and produce methane and water by methanogenic synthesis. These archaea produce most of the methane on the planet. It's estimated that about half of all the biomass on Earth is probably methanogens. Another big group of archaea include the Crenarchaeota that use sulfur as the electron acceptor. These things exhale hydrogen sulfide gas. Whoa, that's toxic stuff for us. So the bottom line is that metabolisms come in many flavors. Most don't work very well, but they still produce enough power to be useful in very special environments, and therefore are still used somewhere on Earth. Others, like photoautotrophy, are more widespread, and oxygen-respiring heterotrophs like us are also widespread, in part because our metabolisms are capable of producing a lot of energy.